Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Of course, this course is all about forgiveness, isn't it? It's been the entire time. Forgiveness this, forgiveness that, forgive him, forgive that, forgive. You gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go. Now, of course, after each review, if you haven't noticed, it does as well kind of step back a little bit again and start over. So it's like 2 steps ahead, 1 step back, 2 steps ahead, 1 step back, because it really wants you, of course, to grasp, understand, and actually apply and experience what this information is about. That's why this course is a whole year long, and we just want to, of course, come back to the state of forgiveness and to recognize what this means and what this is all about. So forgiveness, yes, is the key to happiness. It's not just only your happiness, but everyone's happiness. And so, of course, we're actually putting it into practice and trying to discover what it really is. Now, this is kind of a weird woo-woo practice in the sense of applying forgiveness, but it's because forgiveness, again, is almost impossible to teach. You can talk about it, you can give stories and metaphors about it, but essentially, even the idea of letting go is just an experience that you can do. It's not something you can see because it's nothing you're holding on to that you can see. You can see a change in someone, you can see the shift happen, you can see miraculous things occurring because of it and the evidence of it, but you can't actually see it. You can't actually palpably recognize it, and even when someone's talking about it, you can just simply make the decision or the choice for it to happen. And that means the choice for you to actually experience it yourself. So even as you're imagining this person with the light and you're trying to see the whole light enveloping and whatever it might be, to that extent, really, it's just trying to take you on another approach, because it's likely that the majority of you still have yet to actually understand what forgiveness is. You probably still think it's a pardon. How many people have I met that have done A Course in Miracles and still think forgiveness is a pardon of someone's, say, sins against you, someone's wrongdoings that they have done against you? And it's pretty remarkable how you can still seem to distort and misunderstand it. But it's okay, because just like that 2 steps forward, 1 step back, the Spirit's doing that with your life all the time. You can see that you go through cycles all the time, coming back around, coming back to where you're like, oh, I'm living this over again because I need to learn what, say, forgiveness is in that lesson. Where can I apply it, or how can I apply it? And how would this lesson, this day, show me to apply forgiveness differently or in a greater depth, right? So we want to recognize and think of it in that fashion, that we are always learning a greater aspect of forgiveness. If you think you understand forgiveness, you're deceiving yourself. Yeah, I know. I thought, wait, what? You mean I can't even understand forgiveness? You're deceiving yourself in a sense that you're saying that I know what forgiveness is and this is the definition of it, this is where it is. And yet, forgiveness keeps getting deeper, keep getting farther along in the processing of what you're forgiving. So for example's sake, as I somewhat try and describe it, it still isn't comprehensible when you're coming from the idea of, oh, it's just a pardon of someone's sins against me. Oh, I forgive them for being a douchebag, right? I forgive them for being such a jerk, right? And this, but I'm still going to lock my doors. And then you get to a state where you completely forget about it. You're like, oh, no, oh, man, I must have completely forgiven you because I don't remember that situation. I don't remember anything about it. And then you actually start to get to a state of forgiveness. I know, if you think that's a state of forgiveness, you think that's what forgiveness really is? No, you keep going. Yes, there's instantaneous forgiveness where it's like literally in this moment where forgiveness is occurring, and that you're looking at the world with eyes of forgiveness, that you, just like what this lesson's about, the unforgiven see all this pain and suffering and everything, and feel pain and feel suffering every single day all over the place, and see all the sins of their own ideas in the world all around them, and it's disconcerting and just crazy end of the world type stuff. But you see it every day, and it drives you nuts. So actually, in that sense of instant forgiveness, is actually seeing it as it is innocent already, regardless of what it is. Today, right now, it's innocent. If it's happening, it's innocent while it's happening. It's while it's happening innocent. And if you think that's the state of forgiveness in which is the greatest depth in which I'm talking about, no, you're mistaken again. It's not. Because even that instant forgiveness still thinks it's about actions. Still thinks it's likely, if you understand what that is, that you still think it's about a body doing something to other bodies. And yet forgiveness goes to the state of definitions, the shapes and forms and construct of your reality. And I'm skipping a few steps, but really going to that sense of understanding that you need to forgive, that not only instant forgiveness, but in the sense of instant forgiveness that they're not even a body. Seeing past, seeing through, seeing beyond the body construct. That you're no longer seeing them as a body. And if you think that's the greatest depth of forgiveness, then you're mistaken again, because we keep going to not just a body. Oh, I see a soul. No, not just a body, but the world around the body, the world entirety around the body. And you might even think that soul is separate from your soul, and so many different aspects of variations of what the definitions of objects and shapes and forms, and a mountain and a tree and a rock and a hard place and everything. And even me and my perception, my eyes, I'm looking at a world. I'm perceiving something out there, right? I need to forgive all of that. And so the state of forgiveness in which literally brings you to the transcendence of the world. It literally brings you out of the world. You are no longer perceiving, feeling, experiencing a constructed world at all. You're not. So if you think that's the greatest depth of forgiveness, well, in this world, yes, it is. But is there more forgiveness? Oh, yes, honey, there is. Oh, baby, yeah. There's more. It's always more. In fact, it goes to until you actually experience, not just conceptually understand, actually experience the totality of all existence, of all universes, of all possible options, of all timelines and variations of them, all at once. Yeah, the state of totality of what is God. The beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega, until you experience the totality of what that is, and know essentially a state of eternal emptiness. Then you, and that sounds so bad, that sounds like, ew, why do I want eternal state of emptiness? Gross. That's like nothing of value to me. Where's my Bentley? So, So even these steps and stages of forgiveness in which I'm referring to, you will experience more and more, and it will seem like there's far more than that. And what did I name off? 7? So there's a lot more than that. Whether it would seem, because you're taking 2 steps, even if you make the 2 steps to that one, you take a step back to learn more about the other one. And then take 2 steps forward to that one, you take 1 step back and learn. You're imitating the experience of forgiveness, and you just have to try and do it. That's really what it is. So to me, I really take it to a sense of complete relaxation. Okay? That when something's happening, especially for an example's sake, if you're getting flustered, you're getting upset, you're getting frustrated, to completely relax instead, just like in that moment. It's like choosing to relax. Recognizing that you are gonna blow a gasket, you're going to pop a blood vessel, you're going to break something, you're going to kill somebody. And instead, you choose not to react. So you can kind of hear that that's a little bit like meditation. Oh, you're choosing not to react. You're choosing not to act on anything, do anything, right? So meditation takes it to that extent usually, if you're going that way, to the non-definitions, non-reaction to any shape or form or construct, and you're literally trying to transcend the world. That's the point of the gift of meditation that Gautama the Buddha attempted to teach Vipassana. So it was about transcending the world. And yet, how do you explain not doing anything to someone that literally always is doing? No matter, even when you're not doing, you're doing, right? I wasn't doing anything. You're totally doing so much right now. Your heart, your lungs, your brain, so much cellular breaking down and dividing, and so much is happening. I mean, thought systems, energy movements, so much going on. Can you just stop doing anything? Stop responding? Stop reacting? It's likely not, but eternally happy, eternally at peace, hallelujah, it might be worth it. Try that.